What are the factors I should consider before agreeing to be a co-borrower, co-sign on a child's mortgage? So there are a number of questions here. The first is just recognizing what it will do to your financial picture. So this will be debt on your record. It will affect your credit score. If you go to borrow money down the road, it could affect your ability to qualify for a loan potentially, and what your credit score might be. So it's going to have real effects on your own, personal financial situation, and you have to factor that in and make sure you're comfortable with that. The second thing is if your child defaults on the loan, is late on payments, of course, yes, you ultimately, as a co-signer, you're going to be liable, but it's also could wreck your credit score. And so again, that's something that you need to evaluate, and it's going to depend, on your relationship with your son or daughter, their own financial situation. Why do they need you to co-sign? Do they have, presumably they have a down payment, that's a different issue. But you're going to have to evaluate how likely you think those possibilities are. I mentioned the down payment because the other thing I would consider is there another way? Maybe if they wait another year, they don't need you as a co-signer. Maybe if they have a little larger down payment, maybe you can help them that way. I don't know, but I would look at alternatives. I don't think that co-signing for a child's mortgage is necessarily a bad thing, but it does add some complexity to your financial picture, and that's particularly true if the child ends up having trouble paying the mortgage. And the other thing, I guess, that I would have to think about is your relationship with them, because in any relationship where money becomes a factor in some way, it can affect that relationship, whether it's two friends going into business. Money can be a big issue. Some of the biggest challenges and fights over money that I have personally seen is when someone passes away and there's a fight over the estate and that sort of thing. Money in relationships can just create a lot of issues. Even when both people go in with a great relationship and the best of intentions, it can just happen. And so you need to really think through what that's going to do to your relationship with your son or daughter. And the reality is you're never going to have a perfect answer. You're never going to know for sure, oh no, nothing's going to go wrong. And, my son or daughter will always call me at least once a week. Yeah, doesn't happen. Anyway, you get the idea.